Hello right bags, it's Jade. Welcome to a Valheim community roundup. Every single week I'm going to be breaking down information given by developers on Twitter, social media, the forums, important stuff that you may have missed, or any little interviews and stuff that's been going around. We're going to be covering their first live stream they've started doing, showcasing some of the art or some little bits of information you might gain. You can go and follow them on Twitch. The main art guy, Grimcore, is Twitch streaming every Saturday. And it's a nice little cozy chat talking about all sorts of stuff, but also some Valheim info. We have also learned this week some information about how long Valheim's going to be in early access, what's happening with ores going into portals, and whether or not we're going to get a separate armour and weapon slots for our inventory. Going to cover some of the art that has been shown off in that stream, as well as the screenshots that you guys have been sending of your base creations. I will be doing base tours very soon, and do let me know how you're getting on with my Iron Viking challenge. Defeat all of the bosses, but every time you die you have to restart on a brand new map. I've been live streaming this and I'm going to carry on live streaming it. Come check me out and let me know if you decide to take on the Iron Viking challenge. Let's go, it's the Valheim community roundup. So you'll find the address link for this on Twitch in the comments section. Go and check it out. It's just a nice little informal chat with their moderators, a bit of fun. I don't think you're going to be getting all answers to every single update of what's coming every single week, but it's a good opportunity for them to keep in contact with people while they're working on something pretty cool. And it doesn't mean the stuff they're working on is coming to the game. A lot of this was just little fantasy art that maybe or may not ever actually make it into the game. This one is a behemoth grey dwarf. As said, there weren't bundles and bundles of information given out every 2 seconds, but I did keenly listen as I watched, and there was a little bit of information. Anyway, let's get down to what we did learn. So, they've said they never expected to sell that many copies of the game. 5 million in a month. When I spoke to Coffee Stain, their publisher, they envisioned maybe 1 million sales in its lifetime. They kind of felt like that was a good mark, and they were hopeful that they would just get 20k view or 1,000 sales in the first week, and that would give them the opportunity to really plan and carry on going forward. If they didn't even make that much, there could be issues or possibilities that they might not be able to properly develop it the way they wanted. But obviously they smashed it, 5 million sales in a month. They haven't celebrated that, they haven't had a chance to just yet with lockdown and stuff. They did say they've had 200,000 refunds. Now that's not uncommon, if you think that's quite a lot, compared to like 5 million sales, that is marginal. Rust has had like 900,000 refunds over its lifetime, so it's not too dissimilar. I would say that's probably on the level. Valheim just isn't for everyone. In terms of updates and going forwards, they are looking for more staff, I've said this before, but it's still going to take time getting people to relocate to Sweden. That's what they want, people in their actual studio with them once lockdown's all done and dusted, etc. So they're looking for an animator, a programmer and a Q&A person to come join them on site. Also check out this tweet from Richard Svensson, the creator, pretty much saying that the game, they expect it to be in early access for around 2 years. Now I kind of thought that was quite news to me, because when they announced the game was coming, or the release date, they said it was about 75% content feature complete and about 50% content complete, so they're still going to add a bunch more under that kind of features. So I imagine that would maybe only take a year, but 2 years gives them more time to implement ideas, hopefully from the community, and add certain things that maybe we kind of would like to see. One of them things is the inventory armour slots. It was something they mentioned in the stream. They had a little joke about it. It's clearly what everyone's been asking for, but kind of bad news. They said that it would actually take a bit of effort to organise having a separate armour inventory slot. They said that the UI is very friendly for controllers. They like Valheim being friendly for controllers, and so making a new sort of UI explicitly just for armour slots, it causes a bit of confusion, or it would be a lot of work, and they don't really have that time just yet. Now, I do find this answer a little bit odd, because we've seen the modders, and someone's made mods, there's a couple of them out there now that have the inventory in a separate slot, and if they can do it in a few weeks, I do wonder how it all works. Like, what is the timeline when you can look at stuff that community wants, as opposed to maybe obviously just doing your fixes and stuff. Anyway, this was expanded a little bit by Richard on Twitter in reply to someone. Mark Stroll asked, can we get a paper doll to maybe put in our inventory so that we could slot armour and utility items without taking up the valuable space? So pretty much a bag within your inventory bag. And Richard says probably not, but might add some way to get more slots though. So that does look like they are going to be adding or increasing it, but maybe with upgrades. So not just for the weight, but also the actual amount of items you can carry. So yeah, don't expect that to be added to the game anytime soon. No pressure on the devs. I understand there's only 5 of them. We are going to be expecting updates, maybe not as quick as other games, and that's cool. As long as they're communicating with us, doing stuff like this as well, letting people know what to expect, or helping the community kind of keep each other sustained with ideas about doing builds or looking at art or checking out cool stuff. So in the stream they showed off a bunch of fan art that people had posted in Discord, so again check out the stream for more, or you can see all the pictures here. Actually, if you want, go and check out the Discord to post your own in future, and I'm going to show some more off during the video. But yeah, a simple thing like the mod, which I assume was simple with the UI, having that inventory slot that we've seen taking a long time to be implemented, I don't know, I just really wish that hopefully in the future they make it a bit more of a priority. They briefly touched on the next big update, which is going to be the Hearth and Home update, and it will have a lot of food recipes, or there's going to be lots of different aspects of food added to the game. So that's really good as well. I love the idea that we'll get lots of extra different buffs that help us in different situations, or just have really creative stuff that we can make, more potions or more food groups, more food types. Does seem as well that they kind of mentioned there may be some more cooking crafting stations coming into the game as well. At the moment we've only got the obviously the meat rack, and we've got the cauldron, so I'm guessing there'll be something maybe like a proper oven, something along them lines that you could cook and roast stuff in. Be really cool if they go full on Skyrim and it's a pestle or mortar and we can start actually blending up properly our own potions and stuff. Now they also did a bit of teasing in the stream, didn't confirm anything, and the pictures you see aren't guaranteed we're going to see a behemoth grey dwarf coming into the game anytime soon, but they did mention that they like the idea of bears and moose and lynxes in the game. It would be cool, but they didn't commit to saying they're actually going to add it or they're working on it. They also said again that they like the idea of more skills, so there might be like a blacksmithing skill, etc., or more armor vs quality armor. Like, how does that work? That was one of the problems they've been facing in talking about adding more skills or adding more armors. How do you upgrade your armor path? Do you just keep improving the same set of armor you've got, or do you make loads and loads and end up having chests filled with armor that you never use? Again, no commitment either way or with the actual blacksmithing skill. It was just something they thought was cool, or some of their ongoing discussions about what to add to Valheim. Interestingly, they said that they don't actually play a lot of survival games. None of them are really big into survival. They've played games like Minecraft, and Robin, the art guy, pretty much said that he enjoyed playing it with his family and stuff, but he always felt like he wanted a bit more structure rather than like, well, what do you do now? And that's what they want with Valheim, to have a little bit more structure, and they consider it just like a nice, cool, cozy game that's there for a particular type of audience. They never really built it to be a multi-faceted big game that everyone loves. It was actually dedicated to just a really small particular audience. So there we go, that was from the stream. Like I said, every Saturday go and check it out, or wait for my roundup video where I'll give you the lowdown on everything to expect, and it'll probably come when we get a big news update, unless there's multiple news videos going up that week. So as I thought, I showed you guys the space rocket that was in Valheim, and lots of people wondering what the hell it was. It was indeed just a model left in from his previous game that he used just for testing. We're not going to get flying rockets in Valheim, don't panic. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. I also cover another video where I show the life of Richard Svensson's game work, the games that he was working on before Valheim. Now, a big one everyone's been asking about is whether or not we're going to have ores being able to be put through the teleporter. Lots of people kind of want it to happen, other people don't. 11,000 have put on Reddit they don't want the ores to be teleportable. At the moment, you guys have got your methods for doing it. You can pretty much log off in a single player world, mine ore, log out, log into another server, put ore into the chest on this other server, log out, log into original server, teleport to your base, log out, log into second server, get ore from chest, log out, log into original server. It seems a bit OP doing this when you could just literally use the F5 I'm a cheater and actually do the teleportation wherever you want. But for people that want to play the game completely legit, part of the appeal is going across the oceans and adventuring. The fact you have to use a actual different mode of transport to get your ores back really helps with that exploration in Valheim. Anyhow, this has been doing the rounds, and some websites are reporting on it, saying that the studio CEO said that originally there has been options for ore to be transported at various points in development, but the option was ultimately disabled for the game's early access launch. I won't make any judgment calls as to whether we'll change it again or not, but we're listening to the community feedback, he adds. Now, quite interestingly, Richard doesn't remember saying this. This is not the first time that he's actually reported this or replied back to this. Again, maybe it's confusing Richard Svensson with someone else who's taking calls for him or something, I don't know. But yeah, it does seem a bit difficult or weird. Right, time for some screenshots. This was taken by Hobgoblin. Nice little dock area there, it's pretty cool. This one's from Rosie, who's got a base built in the middle of these 4 gigantic massive rocks. And another screenshot from her builds, a nice little crafting area. This next one's Chipset Salad, which has got a community server running and they've built a huge massive arena. Very impressed with this Colosseum build from him, great stuff with his team. This next one is taken by Asradius, a huge massive sort of tree house going on. I love the design work on this, it's really nice ornate details, so really good stuff. You might even be able to get this as a downloadable mod, I think. Nice little village from Twozy Pyrex. Emphazi has been farming all the stone in the world for his huge docks. Nice typical round village, keeping them trolls at bay from Midland Mayhem. Nice little village on an island from Kazaslaw. I like the way he's got his fence posts ring round it all. And this one is from Dragonfire. This nice little simple outpost that he put on our server where we can play Valheim. So if you want to come join our server, you may be able to if you talk to us in Discord. I honestly don't want to know how long it took to carve such a perfect square into this area and fill all the bases with stone from Zodiac. Big shout out to you, bro. Really like this one. So some great base builds. Join my Discord to share your bases and I may come do a base tour, and join the official Discord to share your art. Now I love that first one, it had a real nice 60s 70s vibe. This is some great stuff of the Grey Dwarf here, really nice, really different as well. And this one all by the same dude, showcasing like the different heights. Originally I thought it might actually be Grimcore's actual art because it's so good, but they're just ideas about having different types of Grey Dwarves in the game. The swamp one that spawns more Grey Dwarfs sounds pretty good. This man is serious. He's about to go to war. I like it. It's really nice art style. Really sort of comical, comic book feel, like as it were. And this one is meant to be like an anime Valkyrie, I'm guessing, in some way. This next one definitely needs to be put into a comic book or the cover of something. Like really cool. You can see all the different characters and Hujin as well. They're guiding them through. And this one really artsy, like really colourful, really unique style. I was wondering if that was Odin, but apparently not. It's something to just do with the glowing eyes. Do glowing eyes mean anything in Valheim? Does it mean we're becoming a god? I think I've seen somewhere developers say that the glowing eyes was kind of a mistake. It didn't mean to actually have it like that, but it's become a thing now for everyone's characters. But this one's really cool too. So let me know how you get on with my Viking challenge. Check out my channel for your bases. Check out the official Discord and the official live stream for more info and see more of your art. And I'll be back for more roundup and patch news very soon.